Alright, this is the pumpkin spice latte reading, which is fun and exciting and entertaining in and of itself. Um, I was just like reading it, I was just like, oh, okay, well that helps. It mostly is more like Thanksgiving vibes. I know a lot of people are going through like Thanksgiving in a few countries in October, so I figured this type of reading would be nice for a few people to have some type of relief, maybe some inspiration for what they're, grateful for, I guess. I'm trying a lot of different things. But yeah, just something that would help the situation. So we have the owl, we have the fox, and we have the cat. So pick which one you feel is the best suit for you. I'm putting all the cards over here. Yeah. Okay. So pick whichever one you like, and we will get started with the reading. I always love how like the paint came off this one. But yeah. There we go. Made it a little bit more stable. Alright, so let's start off with the owl. And then we'll get to the fox and the cat. Alright, so let's see. We're going to do what, the first question is, what are you grateful for? We have the King of Swords in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse is a difficult person. The King of Swords is usually somebody who's deep into innovation, or like, I think it's charity, if I'm not mistaken. But it's, yeah, you're probably grateful for charity and innovation and your job and being allowed to kind of express yourself to, by a creative degree. Okay, so how to ground yourself. We have the Nine of Earth, so literally ground. So Nine of Pentacles, material security is at risk. So you might have to ground yourself so that you can understand that, you need to focus on trends and what's happening now. What are some of the things that people are watching if you're an influencer? What people are looking at for marketing, or stuff to that effect. So then you're right in the mainstream of everything. I know mainstream to some people is, oh, that's bad and I don't want to be part of the mainstream. If you're in a marketing position or you're in an influencer position, you kind of have to see the market and then try to find trends that would be related to those type of trends. Okay, so how to harvest. We have the Eight of Fire. So the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands in reverse is trying to get things done, but ending in mistakes. So you need to kind of be mindful of what you're doing. So just be aware of that. What to stock up on. We have a warm-hearted woman. Also, we have somebody who is kind of shrewd, I would say, and somebody who is more family related. So there, it could be a mom or somebody who's like a motherly correspondent. It could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be an aunt, uncle, guardian, just anybody who cares about you and really wants you to succeed and be, well, could literally be anybody, but it could be a fan also. So how to create warmth in your situation. We have the Six of Fire. The Six of Fire is the Six of Wands in reverse. So a warning against difficulties caused by other people. So there's somebody who is kind of trying to sabotage you, and kind of bringing awareness to the wrong things, I feel. So it's like a sabotage of sabotage. So what you need to do is kind of address the issue in a very deliberate fashion, but at the same time taking the wind out of somebody else's sails that is kind of putting you on the spot of being the bad guy. I know a few people that are like, oh, I'm just gonna, do an apology thing. No, you have to take the wind out of people's sails and say there was some misinterpretation, and a lot of people take it as a cancellation or something to that effect. I'm going through a lot of shit right now, and then I have other people saying the wrong thing or saying bad things about me when I ain't done nothing but been myself. I'm here trying to put on a brave face because I'm dealing with some personal issues. I'm dealing with this shit, and I'm dealing with some other shit. And and believe you me, some people, they really put their foot in their mouth after you tell them, you can't pick on me because you're picking on yourself and you're not finding solutions to your own shit, I babysit kids. I shouldn't be using the S word, but I do. Shit isn't a bad word. Shit is a uncompromising situation that your dog and cat make when you're not looking and you step in it. So kids know that. So make sure that they do, so that their parents know that, yes, I taught them. If you say shit, you have to use the definition too, and what under context it is. So number 6, we have how to keep working. We have I believe that's the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is secretive treachery of a young man. So this could be somebody who is kind of naive or younger than you, that kind of, they're full of energy. They're going to say and run their mouth on issues and things they don't know about. Just drooling at the mouth. Toxic. Because they want to be the source of attention. They don't really have any bases. They have no backing to their claims. They just want to be, bigger than somebody else. Which, honestly, in a retail situation, you would be the first one that would have to pay back the company for that type of thing. And that's happened to a couple people I've worked for. So, just be careful at running off at the mouth, because if it's in a work situation like retail, you will have to pay the company back for anything that you do, say, or contribute to. So just be aware of that. Anyway, we have how to find joy. We have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is happy memories, old friends, and lovers. So there's something here that you're going to be more appreciative about being around your family around this point in time. So that's always good. And, give thanks on that. Just be thankful that you have your family, that you have your friends, and you can always rebuild a situation. Might have to start way at the bottom, but you kind of have to make it through a lot of obstacles to get back on track. So just be aware of that. Alright, so we have settling down, having children, being musically gifted. So there's something here that you're kind of getting into. It's either going to be a new beginning, it's going to be a new lifestyle, because kids bring in a new lifestyle, because you're bringing in new personality into the mix, and sometimes it doesn't mesh well at first. So we also have musically gifted. Musically gifted can be you or your child, or it could be somebody who is kind of musically inclined. Their rhythm of life is very different from other people that you may have seen. They're a little eccentric. But being musically gifted comes with a lot of hardships, because you're constantly worried about how people see you and your image and all this. So it might be a little bit hard to understand coming from a lower, vibration than, a high vibration of the rooster. usually people that are musically gifted have kind of like the rooster mentality, or they have a peacock mentality. Mostly rooster because of needing to rise with the morning sun and having to work long hours and things like that. With very little to show for it, I would say, and that's kind of a rooster energy, but, I digress. When you do make it into more substantial things, it becomes more of a peacocking type of situation. Okay, so group one, hopefully this helped you out in some way. I know it's it's a little bit different than what you're used to. Usually, for my newcomers, it's usually they're just readings of, the weekly variety. I've done that for a while now. But I do have a couple pick a card readings in my playlists and on my video forum, so you can look at those. Anyway, I will see you in the next reading, hopefully. If you like this, leave a like. If you want to subscribe, and if you have any questions, comments, concerns, or you have any ideas, please leave them down below and I will get to those, alright? Anyway, see you in the next one, alright? Laters. The fox. Alright, fox people. Yes. Alright, so we have, what are you grateful for? Let's see. We have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is an intelligent young man. So this could be you, this could be a friend, this could be a sibling, it could be a sister as well. Because the Knight of Wands actually contributes to being more of a daring person, being able to dream big, do big things, and actually be more contributed into a particular, modem. Like, it could be computer programming, computer gaming, computer, just designing anything, really. It could be designing a logo, or designing a restaurant, or designing something that was very profitable this year. I feel like that's a big thing here. Okay, so we have number 2 with how to be grounded. We have the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is big ideas, fresh input. It's more of it's kind of more like a meeting of techie knowledge. What I mean by techie knowledge is that, like, you kind of make a list of everything and then you kind of choose ideas that would go with the forums or with what you're doing, or certain ideas that would kind of push a brand or marketing forward, alright? So we have number 3, which is what to harvest. We have the 7 of Cups in that matter in reverse, however. So beware of negative possibilities. So what if it fails? So some people are just like, this is gonna suck. But yeah, usually when you do something that's big, it's either big wins or big losses. The more you think about how much you could lose out of a situation, you usually win. But that's Murphy's Law, and I won't get into that, but it's kind of like something always has to happen that is a little bit different than the expectation. It's either when you win, a bad thing happens, or when you lose, a good thing happen. It kind of has to balance itself out on both ends. Okay, so the next card is going to be what to stock up on. We have the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles is many worries and hard work. So you're constantly going to be working and worried about the final product. That's everybody. It's not just you. It's everybody. So don't worry too much about that. Just worry about having it as more of a popularity thing than anything else. Make a slogan, make a thing, make something that would catch somebody's eye and then they can tell their friends about. Okay? So, how to create warmth. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. The Hanged Man in reverse is warning against selfishness. So, you might actually be a little bit more of an introvert. You keep stuff on the inside, and you don't really allow people to know what you're thinking, feeling, or what you're doing. So that it could just be a struggle of self. Okay, so you might have to talk about what you're doing and how you feel. So if people can weigh in and like kind of be more of like a peer group and tell you what they think of it and how they perceive your ideas, so you have more of a grounded situation. So then you can make changes and be like, oh yeah, I should have done this and that. So it's more marketable to younger generations and older generations, so it doesn't exclude anybody. Okay, so anyway, how to keep working. We have the Five of Cups here in reverse. The Five of Cups is an unhappy time will soon come to an end. So yeah, I feel like you're going to get really excited about the final product and how it plays through and how people review what you've done or how they view it. I feel like people are very big on feelings, and if they can relate to something, they seem to have more of an interest than kind of more of a paper dry interview of the thing. So you kind of have to put some feeling into it, some emotion into it, or have a real catchy kind of backstory maybe. But something that would kind of propel people's imaginations forward. Even if it's a slogan or logo or something, it has to be able to grow then and there from itself. Where people would be like, oh yeah, what's that about? And then like somebody could tell other people about your brand. Like people that you're not even working with could, carry it on, so that everybody kind of knows it as what it is. So how to find joy. We have the Three of Swords in reverse, so confusion and anxiety. You will always have confusion and anxiety. But the fact of the matter is, did it really matter in the first place if you have confusion and anxiety? Okay, so you're going to have to kind of grow from that and actually take everything on the chin because you made it. You have to kind of see it for what it is and kind of have a reality of it being, something that either wins or fails in a situation. So you kind of have to take it all in at the same time. So we have your channeled messages, we have manipulating others, and then we have on the other extreme of working alone. So it depends on what exactly you're working on and what exactly you feel the final product should be. And there could be a lot of, people that are against what you're doing. So, sometimes it's better to work alone because you kind of get what you want out. But at the same time, it's kind of like, is this going to work? Because you're going to be internalizing a lot of stress. And you're going to be stressing about things that don't need to be stressed about. Like, it's going to be a bit of a problem. You have to be more down to earth with what you need to do, like paying your bills and taxes on time and stuff. I don't think that a lot of issues should be placed around a certain situation or thing you're working on, because that's bad mojo for the job. You have to kind of internalize a lot of outside influences more so, I think. Anyway, group 2, hopefully this helped you out. It's kind of my rambling, but hopefully you understand it. And I'm going to get on to group 3 so they can have their reading as well. And thank you for watching. If you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section below and I will read those. Alright, thank you. Okay, we have the cats. My little plastic cat. He does more work than anybody. So let's see. We have what you're grateful for. We have the Judgment card. The Judgment card is an awakening, making a choice. So you're kind of making a choice on big things in your life, what you want in your life, where you see yourself going, or maybe picking a job or where you want your, you know, career to go, stuff like that. It doesn't have to be that. It could be something related to it, or on that same train of thought. Okay, how to ground, or how to be grounded. We have the Four of Water. The Four of Water is, let's see, emotional stagnation and boredom. So you might be a little bit bored with everything going on. Not a lot's happening, but I feel like once you kind of know what you want, you'll get it going. Okay, so it's just a matter of waiting, I think. Okay, so what to harvest? We have the Nine of Swords. So there's fear and suffering. So this could be kind of a nothing's coming in, so it's gonna be like, I think I'm gonna starve, or it's the end for me, or there's nothing really coming to relief. It's not gonna be a good thing, but it's also kind of something that you're kind of like, well, I saw this coming. It's not just self-inflicted and then like whatever. It's more of like, it's not worth the fight at this moment in time. Anyway, what to stock up on? The Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant in reverse is accuracy is abound, or anarchist stuff is abound. So yeah, I kind of got anarchist. It's so like, against the grain of government and other things. So you might be against current governments or current leaders at the moment, or government officials, or paying bills, or being a part of having to pay high taxes on something that you didn't even want in the first place. It's kind of like, I just want to pay this amount and not pay for the entire state of whatever to do and continue doing, So, big stuff. Anyway, how to create warmth in your situation. We have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is in reverse, obviously. So hard work will improve your financial situation. So I feel like there's some type of craft you might be working on that people will like. I feel like a lot of people will like what you're doing. I feel like it's also going to kind of bring awareness in some cases, so that's all good as well. So you're not alone in your journey or what you're doing. Okay, so how to keep working. We have Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is conclusions is likely to be delayed or not come at all. It might actually be a different thing for a different question that's going to come along as well. I feel like there's going to be a little bit of a riff or something that's going to come out of it that you weren't expecting. So there might be that too. And then we have how to find joy in this situation. We have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is lasting happiness and dreams coming true. So everything will eventually come together as you would like it. It might take a while, but it will happen. And being around certain people and being around like-minded people will help your situation and your mental health, I feel. Okay, so the channeled messages for number 3 is something is final. One doctor's opinion, there's no more to the nightmares of mental illness. Consumed by negative thoughts, wanting a spiritual connection with somebody else. So you're kind of getting out of the fear of what you're doing and stuff like that, and the overall viewing of what's going on with you and other people. Okay, so you're kind of going your own way. It's kind of going against the grain energy stuff. Okay. Anyway, group 3. Hopefully this helps you out in some way, shape, or form. And I will see you in the next reading. Okay. If you like this, leave a like. If you like what I'm doing on here, subscribe. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, ideas for my next video, leave them in the comments section below, and I will read those, alright? And thank you again. I'll see you in the next video, alright? Later.